Hey everyone, it's Chris at Unyer USA once again, and today we're talking about multi-tools. We've got 4 of them here to pick from. We call them the Euro multi-tools, or the Euro series, and we call them that because they're all made in Europe, right next to everything else. You can see the resemblance between each of the bits in the multi-tools and the working end of our 193 series T-handles, let's say. They're all made on the same lines, and if you've used these, you know that these fit very, very precisely, and that implies that all of our multi-tools fit very, very precisely, and a precise fit leads to fewer rounded out and stripped fasteners and just a better experience in general. So keep that in mind next time you're shopping for a multi-tool. A lot of other brands tend to skimp out on the tool part, and they'll put a crappy tool in a nice package, and when you're doing that trailside repair, that roadside repair, you just wind up causing damage, and that's never a good thing. So without any further ado, let's dive into the specifics of each of these. We'll start with the smallest of the lot, and that is going to be the Euro 6, which is actually that one. And this one features a 6mm hex, a Torx T25, and a 4mm hex on one side. And then on the other side, you'll see we have a 5mm hex, a 1x5mm flat screwdriver, and a Phillips number 1 screwdriver. It's going to be a good, basic, all-around, kind of everyday carry multi-tool. Put that one right there. Next up is its slightly bigger brother, the Euro 7. And this one is a little bit unique in our line in that it's made up of nothing but hex bits, from a 1.5mm at the small end all the way up to a 6mm at the big end. And at first I was a little confused by that, but then I realized more and more components are moving in a direction of changing out their traditionally slotted or Phillips or JIS type screws in like derailleurs, let's say, for hex screws, because it's just, I personally think it works better. And in that regard, this tool makes a lot of sense. Next up is the smaller of our bigger tools. And it's a little weird way to put it, but it makes sense when you see it. This is what we call the Euro 13. As the name implies, it has 13 functions. And those functions include, let me get that further in frame there. We have a 2mm hex, a 2.5, a T10 and T25 Torx, a 4mm hex, oops, and we have a number 1 Phillips on that side. Over on the opposite side, we have our mini chain tool. We have a valve core tool for both Presta and Schrader valves, which if you ever need to do any sort of trail side or roadside sealant replenish or top up, I mean, you'll understand why that's useful. We have a 3 and a 5mm hex, and then the same tool we have a 6 and an 8mm hex. The 8 is achieved via a bit that just kind of slips over the 6. There's a spring inside there that you might not be able to pick up on the camera. That provides some retention to keep it on the 6 in your pack or in your pocket or wherever it is you choose to keep it. The valve core tool serves triple duty as the fixed handle for our chain tool, which is kind of neat. So you just unthread it from its holder, thread it into the chain tool, and then once you kind of get everything else out of the way, you can turn it as such and drive your pin in, to drive your pin out, whatever you need to do to kind of get rolling again. And when you're done, that comes off and just goes right back onto its holder. And then the whole thing kind of collapses back down. And that is the Euro 13. Lastly, but certainly not least, is the Euro 17, and this has all the same functionality as the 13 with the inclusion of a spoke wrench. And I don't know if you can see it in the video there. Let's give it some background here. There we go, that's perfect. We include spoke wrenches for 3.3 and 3.45 millimeter square nipples, as well as the DT Swiss Squarks nipple. So if you need to do any sort of trailside wheel truing, or if you're bike touring or bike packing specifically, and you have some broken spokes you need to replace, this is going to be the tool for you. And that basically covers the entire line. We basically have something for everyone. So no matter if you're just a recreational road cyclist, if you're a bike packer, whatever it is that you do on your bike for fun, we've got something here to help you keep rolling. If you have any further questions on it, or if something's still not clear, you can check out our website at uniorusa.com. It's UNIORUSA.com. And each of these has their own individual pages with a little more detailed pictures and a breakdown of the tools contained within each one. And if you still have questions, you can find a Contact Us link on our website, and you fill in your name and your email address, and there's a space for your question. You send in whatever question it is you have, and I'll typically get back to you within 24 hours, but I mean, let's be honest, probably a lot quicker than that. Cool. That about covers it. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.